Are you, first of all, surprised at the strength and the ferocity of this attack?
Well, it's good to be with you, John, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you. Condolences to those in Israel and those in the United States that are mourning the loss of loved ones. The images are really tough to watch. To answer your question, it is a surprise in one sense that this is an attack that definitely mirrors that of 9/11 for Israel. And so it's important that we show our support. On the other hand, we've been pursuing a contradictory policy, and I think that what we're witnessing now is a real decision point. We have to decide, I think, to choose who we will support in the Middle East. We can't support both Israel and Iran, and hopefully we'll make the right choice and stand with Israel in their hour of need. And I think that's the disposition of most of the American people and most policymakers and government officials.
Do you think the outreach that the White House has been making to Iran with the prisoner exchange, that kind of thing, is that reflective of the kind of idea, the kind of policy that you think we should avoid?
Yeah, there's no doubt, John. I think that's the way the region reads it. If you look at it from their perspective, we provided almost unlimited resources to the regime since 2021. After the election and President Biden took office, we lifted restrictions and stopped enforcing sanctions. And so where they once enjoyed less than $4 billion of accessible foreign exchange reserves, they now enjoy over 70. They were selling maybe 400,000 barrels a day of oil at $55 a barrel. That's now well over 3 million barrels a day at $85 a barrel. We've given them the oxygen they need to breathe. And with that comes support for their surrogates and proxies, including Hamas, but also Hezbollah and the entire constellation of surrogates. And so most in the region look at this as though the United States were paying for it. And in a sense, they're very correct. Not only that, Iran has been attacking U.S. as well as our partners and allies. Testimony early this year indicated 83 attacks, for which the United States only responded to 4. And so you can understand how we would have invited this sort of aggression, and weakness always does.
But specifically regarding the money, you probably heard in Jennifer Griffin's reporting just now, the White House is saying that the $6 billion that was released to Iran as a result of that prisoner exchange, it hasn't actually reached their pockets yet. Your response?
Well, 2 points. First is oil sales and lack enforcement of sanction has given Iran unprecedented amount of access to resources already by the administration's policies and the pursuit of those policies. Second, the $6 billion sitting in Doha, for all we know, is a guarantee. And once you know something is sitting in your account, it changes the way you pursue your financial engagements. They know now that they have $6 billion waiting for them that they will be able to use and offset the cost of supporting surrogates. So I don't think it's entirely accurate to state that that $6 billion is not going into the hands of terrorists. I think ultimately that is exactly where it's headed. But more importantly, that's a fraction of what we've already provided to the regime in Tehran.
Very quickly, how should Israel respond?
Well, I think there's no doubt that they're going to launch a large-scale operation in Gaza to eliminate Hamas as a threat. Second, I think that that is likely to risk regional escalation, and we would expect, I would anyway, Hezbollah to become involved. And then the Iranian proxies in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen also could, which makes the United States the critical player here. We could put brakes back on this and stop this now and hold the escalatory spiral, or things are going to get out of control very quickly.
Robert Greenway, let's hope we can stop it now. We appreciate your expertise. Thank you.